Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm going to show you some more products that I've managed to purchase in advance of the mini catalogue going live on the 5th of January. And today I'm featuring products from the Dandy Garden suite. I've shown you a card that I've previously made with the Dragonfly Garden bundle. So that is the stamp set and a coordinating punch, and the designer series paper, which is Dandy Garden, and it's 6x6, and the punch cuts out some of these dragonflies. The Dandy Garden suite actually has two bundles in it. It also has this Garden Wishes bundle, which is a stamp set and some coordinating dies. So let me just show you the dies, and I can put these to the side. So the stamp has 11 different images in it, and the die set has 14 dies. I've actually still got one out on my desk because I haven't used it yet, but I do want to use it for the project I'm going to show you. So I'll come back to that one. But we've got a die that will cut out this image and that one. We've got a little bee, and there's actually two dies that coordinate with that, and some lovely sentiments there. But there are some additional dies that you can use to build up your own dandelion floral images just using die cuts. So I haven't used many of these yet. In fact, until today I haven't used any of them, but as I was preparing a card to do a blog on, I just kind of thought, you know what, might as well just do a YouTube video as well at the same time and show you the products that I've used. So I have already done most of the prep for this, simply because I was just going to do a blog for this card. So I've used this die here, and I've cut it from Bumblebee card, and I've also cut the stem, I just kind of did it around about that length, from Mossy Meadow card, and I've chopped the bits so that they go together to form my dandelion with a Mossy Meadow, that was not easy, is it? Stem and bumblebee head. I've also used these other three dies on Bumblebee card so that they can layer up on to create my dandelion. Okay, and I've used those two to cut some foliage from Mossy Meadow. So as well as cutting, they also emboss a pattern in your card there as well for extra detail. So I've cut two of them. I've also cut from one of the pages of the designer series paper, has all these lovely little bees on it, and using the coordinating die, I've just cut one of them out. So you've got the option in the stamp set, you could stamp the bee and colour it, but for ease I decided just to cut one out of the designer series paper. Cute. Now I have made my card base with Mossy Meadow. I've used a piece of the designer series paper, cut a piece of that will mat on, and I've also got this piece of Whisper White that I'm going to use to put my little scene on. But I do want to use this little die, which is just really an embossing die. It's not going to cut, so I want to put that on this piece of Whisper White, which I will then back with Mossy Meadow there. So let me put these bits to the side. I did also stamp the Wishing You All the Best in Bumblebee ink onto Whisper White, and I used the Timeless label punch to cut that out. And I also stamped, there's a little stamp that has little bits of seed heads there, so I just stamped a couple of bits of that on there as well. Now let me bring in the super cute teeny tiny mini Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine. Now I already have the larger version, and I got myself this mini one as well, so that it can be on my desktop all of the time. And similarly with the larger version, all of the plates are numbered and you get a guide to using the plates. So I need my bottom plate number 1 and a clear plate number 2, then my piece of card with my die on it, and then another number 2 plate. And that's the sandwich that I want to just quickly run through. So it might look like a toy version of any cut and emboss machine, but it does everything that you could possibly want it to do, just on a smaller size. So obviously you can only use smaller embossing folders and smaller dies when you're using this little machine, but it's so handy and so incredibly light just to put it at the side of your desk there, which is where mine lives. So I've only had it a very, very short time. It will be available to purchase in my online shop from the 5th of January. But as a demonstrator, I was able to purchase it early and already fallen in love with it, that I reckon I'll be using it rather a lot. I already find the standard machine a lot easier than my previous die cutting machine, simply because you know, the platforms fold up and it can it takes up a lot less room than the larger machines that I've had in the past, and is still really, really sturdy. So I don't feel like I'm compromising at all by having a smaller machine. And now that I've got the even smaller mini machine, I am suitably impressed with how easy it is to use, and also just how light it is, because I have some strength issues, having inflammatory arthritis, but it really does the job, which is the most important thing. So you get the benefit of it being nice and light, without compromising on the strength and usability of it. So I'm just building up my scene, just a little bit of glue on there, and I've managed to get some on my card. Not clever. I've gone over the edge, but I will probably chop that off. So my die that I used in my mini machine has now sort of cut that little bit of detail on the card. Hopefully you can see that there, which kind of shows where the bees travelled. So I'm going to pop the bee on just with some wet glue. Like that. Now, oh, isn't that pretty as well? This is the quandary I often have with the beautiful Stampin' Up designer series paper, is that I think I want to use one side and then I look at the other side and go, oh, but I want to use that one too. Just as well you get lots of sheets in the pack. Because if it was just the one sheet, I couldn't decide which side to use. So just popping that layer on there. Got that there. That's going to sit in there. A little bit there. Now, one of the other things that's in the suite is this Mossy Meadow Braided Trim, which is quite narrow, but you can ease it out and use it like that as well. Okay, so plenty options there. I think I'm just going to put a little bit on there, not actually wind it around that section. I did think I might have wound it around this bit here, but I quite like the frayed end. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Although I don't like that bit that I've pulled out too far. Let's just chop that. Start again. There we go. So nice. And I'm just going to fray the end a little bit more. So I will put that underneath my label. Okay. Now, one of the other super cute parts of the suite, now I don't have all of the suite because there are memories and more cards and there's laser cut paper as well, but I didn't get them. But I did get these, and you see it, there it is, tiny, tiny, gorgeous little ladybugs. Beautiful. Don't think I'll put one of them on. Let me just check out how my foliage is going to look. Quite happy for that to overlap like that, and then my sentiment can go in that corner. Yep, happy with that. Like, let's just put it together. I had roughly decided what I wanted to do before I decided I was actually going to make a video. No, and this little bit here, pop him like that. It's always so much fun when you get brand new products to have a play about with and just let your imagination go wild. There we go. I'm just going to chop off those little bits like that. And I purposefully made this panel a little bit smaller. I will put the dimensions in my blog. There will be a link to that blog in the description bar below. And at the time this video will go live, you won't actually be able to buy most of the products, but I will put the product codes there so that when they do go live you'll be able to get them. A little bit of tear and tape. Yeah. So say the mini catalogue goes live on the 5th of January and runs until the end of June. I'm just going to cover that bit. Pop this on with Stampin' Dimensionals. In the middle. So you're just seeing a little bit of that trim for that little extra detail. And there we have it. A Garden Wishes bundle card. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you're not already a subscriber to my channel, I'd love it if you would click on that button. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.